Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Hope y'all are having a good day. Welcome on in. You all once again just have a million questions to ask us. I love it.
Yeah, man. Just
I love it.
just a week went by. I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
So I think we may pop into some of these rules. Oh, but before we do, um, I was very glad we were able to go live. There's been some
Oh
reports
yeah.
on Twitter that Twitch has been experiencing some issues. People have been experiencing issues going live. There's been some issues of streams just like lagging for literally no reason. It seems to maybe have cleared itself up. I'm looking at a stable connection on both of our ends right now. However, if that changes, know it's on Twitch, okay?
Nada.
And we'll try to do what we
these assholes.
we'll try to do what we can, but if there is an issue, it's probably on Twitch's side. And if it does get disconnected, let me do this. If it does get disconnected, because we have had this problem before, I will save your questions. Okay? Because I know some people will feel like, well, I paid bits to ask that question. If we do get disconnected and there is an issue, I will save your questions. I'll put it in a Google Doc and we will ask them the next week. But that's just worst case scenario. It's looking okay right now.
Yeah, so far it's going okay.
So far it's going all right. So cool. Great. Awesome. Anyway, let's jump into some of the real rules here then.
Let's do it.
First and foremost, we do give priority to the bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Sometimes towards the end of stream, we do have time for highlighted questions, but please save your highlighted questions or comments until the end of stream because I can't scroll up and look at them right now. Please watch the length of your questions. I see there's already a couple of chonkin paragraphs. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, and the more likely it is that we're going to just not even understand the question. So just keep it short,
time
concise.
for the other questions. We're having that happen too.
yes. Short and concise is better. Please no spoilers, whether it be for a show or I was gonna say a game, but we're not playing a game right now. Just, some of us haven't had a chance to catch up on everything and anything all the time. So please no spoilers, respect those in chat with no spoilers. Please do not repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continue to do that. Also, that does kind of apply to bit messages as well. We do have a list. Don't worry, we will get to it. Obviously, we've been live for like 8 minutes, already have a list that I can see is ever growing. Sometimes we get up to an hour or more behind. We do have it. It will be asked. Do not worry. And I think that's pretty much it, right?
I think we got it. Yeah, I think we got it.
All right. Cool. Awesome. Then let's get to it. Waveflow, thank you for that 36-month subscription. I saw you do that before stream started. You tried to get away with it without me seeing, but I saw you. I saw you. Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the new Pinocchio trailer that dropped today? I'm not a Pinocchio fan, but I'm excited to see Cynthia Erivo as the Blue Fairy.
I thought it looked terrible.
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought Pinocchio just looks so dead. Like there's no life in his eyes at all. And then the fish looks scary. I can't explain it. There's something about the way they have the fish in this. I'm like, ugh, I don't know. Pleasure Island looks cool. That's the one thing that looked really cool. Everything else, it ain't grabbing me, man. I mean, I know I'll see it. I'll review it and everything, but
Is this the Disney live action or the Guillermo del Toro? Oh, okay.
The
Oh, gosh. I gotta check that out. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. What are your thoughts on the film Little Miss Sunshine?
Oh, I just saw it again, actually. Yeah, it still holds up. I really, really like it. The only thing that's weird, I never put together, I think they gave her like a fake like belly, like they wanted to make her look like, I don't know, I guess chubbier or something like that. It looks really weird. That's the one thing we're watching and we're like, that is fake, right? That's not a real, like it looked really, really odd. But I never noticed it before. But yeah, everything else, the acting's good. I forgot that was Paul Dano as the boy in that. I completely forgot about that. And he's still fantastic. So yeah, no, I really dug it.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. And how, Doug, did you watch Rise of TMNT movie? This is a great movie.
No, still haven't yet, man. I'm still trying to get through everything everywhere at once. I got like a half hour left, and I am liking it, by the way. I'm really, really liking
Good.
it. But yeah, just so many things happening, and it's hard to watch them all.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Hello, Doug. Hello, Heather. How are you visually stunning individuals doing today?
Great, you half liar. I'm the lying half.
Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I recommend to watch the first 5 episodes of Transformers Prime pilot season. It's a closed story, so it's okay not to watch the rest of the show, and it's shorter and better than Bayformers.
Oh, I believe you. I heard it's really good. It's just a time thing, man. I don't even know where I would watch that. But yeah, I love to because I hear it's really great, but I don't know I'm gonna get the time to do it.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I'm guessing you didn't like the Pinocchio trailer, but to me, I'm just happy they didn't change Pinocchio. He looks stunning.
See, I thought he looked terrible. I didn't think it looked like he was really there. Something about the eyes doesn't look right. They look too flat. And I know it's the idea. He's a puppet, but that's like the most important part of a character is the eyes. And when they look that flat and lifeless, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if anyone else had that issue. Maybe it was just me, but I just did not like the way he looked, even though he looks exactly like the cartoon.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. The second season of Only Murders in the Building just wrapped up, and it's fantastic. In my opinion, better than the first. Do you think you might start watching it soon?
I might watch in the fall, which is coming up. We started it. It wasn't grabbing me. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't grabbing me. And a lot of my friends were kind of saying the same thing. But then, like, it got great reviews, I guess. So it's like, all right, well, maybe it gets better. I don't know. I should give it a shot because I did like the first season.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. So they just announced today that they'll be releasing the new Evil Dead film in theaters. Makes me hope that the upcoming Gumball movie or the upcoming Looney Tunes movie, Bye Bye Bunny and The Day the Earth Blew Up, are given a chance to be in theaters as well.
Be cool. I don't know if they do it. Man, a Gumball movie in the big screen would be trippy, man. So they're doing another Evil? Is it like a sequel? Is it another remake? Is it a...
I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I guess I'll look into it.
The Chorus, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, are you going to play Kingdom Hearts 358 Days? If you like Axel, this is something for you.
That's not the card game, right? That's the...
No, I think that on the...
Why does that ring a bell?
Sorry, my God, I'm half distracted in chat. Because people... the word poop and the word loony are not censored, guys. I don't know why you guys are not seeing those words, but they're not censored here.
Weird.
Anyway, in the pack that you got, I think it's just cutscenes. I think it's just watching cutscenes.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe we can do. Well, that's another thing too. Does Twitch allow that? I don't know. Maybe they do.
Yeah, we probably could, but it's only cutscenes.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It feels weird just watching cutscenes, but if people want it, I don't mind doing it. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Dragon's Toy, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. A happy early birthday to our amazing Twitch queen. Thank you. I hope tomorrow is everything you want it to be. Thank you, Dragon's Toy. Tomorrow? It is a Dragon's Toy. I'm drinking one of the beers from you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, what's the beer? What's the beer?
It's a Bell's Two-Hearted Ale.
Oh, I've had that.
Yeah. Dragon's Toy was very kind and got me this whole variety pack of 12 IPAs, so.
Oh.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite non-Star Wars movie from Mark Hamill? Same question about Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford.
I mean, maybe Mask and the Phantasm, honestly. Harrison Ford, I mean, I think I gotta do one of the Indiana Joneses for that, because that's like, and then Carrie Fisher, let me see, because she always had side roles. She didn't have, like, the leading role much. Man, I can't even think. Austin Powers? I don't know. I'd have to look at the library again. Or no, if it counts that one-woman show she did, because that's about movie length. So I'll do that.
Yeah. Modica, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi guys, Doug, are you going to review the new George Miller movie, 3,000 Years of Longing, for Untitled Review Show?
I was going to because I did have a screening for it, but I had to turn it down because I was catching up on a few other things here. So I'll try to get to it this weekend. I think I'm gonna do an Untitled Review Show. I think what I'm gonna do, I just did a post about this. I'm still gonna do Untitled Review Show, but then I'm also gonna do Dark Tunes, and I'm gonna switch back and forth, I think.
Okay.
So if it's like a smaller movie, like that's probably gonna be. That's not gonna be like a big summer film. I'll do like a little vlog on it. If it's like a big film, like I don't know, like that Pinocchio coming out or something like that, I'll do the Untitled Review Show for that. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do because I am getting the second win for Dark Tunes again, I think.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Howdy, Doug and Heather. Wanted to say one of my favorite early NC moments is from the Tom and Jerry movie review and Doug's absolute confusion at the side character's name. Dr. Applecheeks, Aunt Fig, Mr. Lickboot?
Yeah, that's right. That was a weird. That was wrong. Everything about that movie was wrong.
Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, since you're doing Dark Tunes again, here's an idea for the series. The episode Haunted from Teen Titans 2003.
Everybody, maybe I'll do it just to get people to stop recommending it. Because it is good. I've seen it. But I tried to do ones that don't really have like something that's for like older kids and adults too. And I think Teen Titans is. Like I said, I'm not gonna really do Batman the animated series, because it's like, well, you just do like every episode, you know what I mean? So but again, I get requested so many times. Maybe I'll just do it to just stop the requests. We'll see.
I know, well, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, could you give us a clue as to what your next review will be?
No.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you watch Adam Ruins Everything? NC reviews for the Now You See Them movies? Or Now You See Me movies. They're two separate questions.
Yeah, okay. I never did see Now You See Me. I did watch Adam Ruins Everything, and I did like him. I thought the info was interesting, and the way it was presented was very funny. So, yeah, I did enjoy it.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Imagine if John Kennedy watched the movie Dr. Strangelove and decided to put a Noah's Ark on the moon so in the event of a nuclear holocaust, Earth could be restored. He knew everyone would believe it was fake, so he decided to feed those rumors and make everyone believe no one has ever been there to make certain the Ark would remain a secret. To that end, he commissioned a movie about a moon landing that was never released to the public. Who directed Dr. Strangelove?
Okay, let me imagine that. Okay, yeah, it all still sounds crazy.
And then I think the question was, who directed Dr. Strangelove?
Oh, well, clearly Stanley F. Kennedy. Everybody knows that.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you heard that Avatar is being re-released for the upteenth time in September?
Good for Avatar. I'm not going to see it. I'll see the new one, though. I am curious. I'm curious if the 3D is as good as it was before, because it's still not the best 3D movie I've seen, but it was pretty damn close. It's like in the top 3.
Noah, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a clue to next week's Nostalgia Critic review?
No.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, if you are doing Dark Tunes again, I have a recommendation. The episode from Hilda known as the Eternal Warrior.
I don't know if I saw that one. Okay, I haven't seen Hilda in a while. I feel like there's like a movie or a season, or I think I got halfway through season 1 and then I didn't see the movie either. So yeah, I guess I am kind of behind on all that. All right, I'll try to check it out.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Got a recommended episode of Billy and Mandy for Dark Tunes, Tricycle of Terror, where Billy gets a haunted tricycle that brutally attacks everyone a la Christine.
There's so many Billy and Mandy episodes. I feel like I'm just gonna like do a Facebook post and just be like, okay, because everybody wanted me to do Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Just what are the best ones to do? Because that's the one I never did tackle. I've never seen the show, and everybody's like, you gotta see Billy and Mandy. So I'll put a post out, and there you can recommend them and whatever. Vote for which ones you want the most.
The Hour Man, thank you for the 69 bits. Hey Doug, I've recently started college and was wondering if you have any recommendations for films set in college.
Man, I'm sure there's good ones. But I mean, the ones that everybody says, like whatever, Animal House and Old School and stuff. But I never got into the die-hard party college movies for whatever reason. I did Porky's, all of that. I'm not saying they're bad. They just never grabbed me. But like, I mean, in terms of a movie that's like, oh man, everybody I know in college watched it. Like Big Lebowski. I mean, hell, we, not to sound hipsterist, but we got into that movie before all the colleges were liking it. Like, we were some of the few that saw it like on opening day. They were like, this is great, and like the whole theater was empty, and the few people that were there weren't laughing, or were just like, well, we like it.
89 Sigma, thank you for the 100 bits. I just recently watched the Spawn review for the first time, and I believe you gave it as a comedic reader. I have to thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yay! 'Cause Kermit was in that.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm almost to the end of Duckman, so a few of my questions will be about that. First, who's your favorite character? Mine is Cornfed.
Yeah, no, Ajax. I love Ajax. Any of his lines really make me laugh.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Duckman episode?
I thought the one searching for America, this lady that's lost her way and stuff like that, and kind of going through the history of the American dream. I thought that was so clever. Yeah, I really like that one.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Who's the funniest? Jim Gaffigan, Patton Oswalt, Gabriel Iglesias, or John Mulaney?
For my money, Jim Gaffigan. I've never seen like a bad stand-up from him, and he's mostly clean. That's what's really surprising. Like, he's so funny, like really like belly laugh funny, and he's mostly a clean comedian. John Mulaney would be a close second. I do really like John Mulaney.
Exile, thank you for the 100 bits. I think I know the answer, but fuck it. Asking anyway. What are your thoughts on the actress who plays Morticia Adams in the new Netflix's Wednesday?
I mean, she had her time in the sun, but I just don't think she's anything that. No, I am mad excited, man. She looks amazing. God damn it, I can't believe, like, she just. Oh shit! As soon as I heard that news, the only thing that's kind of disappointing, because I hear Christina Ricci is in the show. It would have been a little cool if she was Morticia Adams, but if you're gonna get anyone outside of that, I think that's the perfect choice.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you guys heard the prog metal group Tool? I've been obsessed with them this past week. Their music videos are inhuman, the good kind of inhuman. Yeah,
I mean,
I know Tool.
We're thinking of the 90s Tool,
yes,
right?
Yeah, right?
No, just the way, have you heard of Tool? It's like saying, have you heard this band called Metallica? It's like,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know we have a million questions, but I have to tell this story really fast. One of my favorite stories from my middle school teaching years is one time this 8th grader walks up to me and is like, Miss Roos, I don't know if you've ever heard of this really obscure band from like the 50s, but they're called the Beatles, and they are so good. I so recommend that you listen to the Beatles. And I'm like, oh, bless your 13-year-old heart, sweetie.
13!
The whole world knows the Beatles.
13! Oh my god, yeah, we really gotta get, gotta get some attention on those guys. I mean, those little art house musicians, man. Ugh.
Anyway, sorry, that reminded me of that, where it's like, we're talking about Tool, right? Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you have any favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt?
There's one Bob Hoskins directed that really, it was well told. It was a good story, but it really surprised me too. It had a good twist in there. I was like, oh, that was like, really? I love it when you get to a twist and not only did you not see it coming, but it's like, wow, everything tied together. Fantastic with that. And I can't remember the name of it, but I really like that one. And there's a lot of others too. I like the one Zemeckis directed too with was it Yellow? That was another. And it's very Zemeckis. It's very kind of pretentious, but it's like, it's perfect for Tales from the Crypt. So yeah, I really dug it.
Noah Zinar, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, once you finish watching X-Men Evolution, will you please check out Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go for Disneycember? It's funny, action-packed, and gets pretty dark sometimes. Think Power Rangers meets Teen Titans.
Yeah, I got it on the list. I'll see it for next year. It's definitely written down.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Duckman moment?
I mean, I'm gonna like that speech about comedy. I'm a comedian, so of course that's gonna resonate with me. But yeah, again, but I also like sort of the optimistic but pessimistic ending of the America episode, just sitting on that giant pile of garbage shaped like America, but they're singing like there's still hope and everything. I don't know. I love great contradictions like that, where there's kind of both so much good and so much bad in one image.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you checked out Hustle? I checked it out this past Sunday and it was surprisingly good. One thing I can see you maybe not liking about it is that it's kind of a liar reveal story, which I know you can't stand.
Oh, this, okay. No, and I think I did hear good things about it. I'll try to check it out at some point.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. The one thing I don't like about the Banana Splits movie is that they all act like millennials don't know about the show since they showed reruns on Cartoon Network's early days, along with the Carrot Top's AM Mayhem.
I mean, okay, let me put it this way. If there's people saying, you know, this band from the 50s called Beatles, and have you heard of this obscure band called Tool? I think there's going to be a lot of millennials that don't know what the Banana Splits gang is. So I don't think that's too far outside the realm of reality.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. Good evening, Doug and Heather. My question is, what do you two think of the film adaptation of Rent? Personally, I find it unremarkable and think the filmmakers didn't really understand the musical, yet for some odd reason I gravitate towards watching that more than the pro shot of the actual Broadway show. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
I was going to say that's more a Heather question, because Rent, I know it's a brilliant show. It's another one, it didn't grab me, and a part of me is like, yeah, that's not for me, though. I'm not a lot of Broadway shows I feel like aren't made for me. It has to have something very specific in there to grab me. And something like Rent, I know is especially not made for me, but it's very good. It's a wonderful show. But the movie, I appreciate the attempt to make it really kind of gritty looking. I did appreciate that. But same thing. Underwhelming is the perfect word for it.
Right. There's just something that doesn't quite translate for it on screen versus on stage.
And it's rough. And people think, oh, that'd be an easy one to adapt. It really isn't. And I think that's a perfect example. They think, oh, it's like all right there for you. And it's like, no, but it is. They are different creatures. You really do have to change some stuff when adapting it to a film.
The Hour Man, thank you for the 50 bits. Are you going to review, maybe not as the NC, but as a Untitled review show, Guillermo del Toro's stop-motion Pinocchio film?
Yeah, I'll do... God, because there's so many Pinocchios this year. That's right. It's so weird. Depending on what else comes out that week, I'll either do a vlog of it or an Untitled review show. I'll do one of them.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. What are some of your favorite top 11 lists you've done? My favorite include top 11 cereal mascots and top 11 dumbest Spider-Man moments.
You know, I kind of like the optimistic ones. I like the ones that are like the good moments in the prequels, or the movies that were saved by the endings and stuff. Something that's like, oh, like that's a little different. You don't usually hear about that. My favorite of all time, it's not mine, but it was one James Rolfe did years ago. It was the top 10 scenes that aren't at all like the scene where Frankenstein throws the little girl into the pond. And it was entirely pointless, and what he picked was hilarious, and then the reasons they weren't like that scene were so fun. My favorite is like the dance scene from The Mask. Now this isn't at all like the scene where Frankenstein throws the little girl in the pond. I know what you're thinking. Well, the mask is green and Frankenstein is green. No, he's not. He's black and white. Like, that is so funny. It made me
I
laugh
love
hard.
that. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite, this is a lot of questions in one. Candy, ice cream flavor, type of cake, and go-to long trip snack.
Jesus.
Candy is Reese's for me.
I just discovered Zagnut Bar, and I know they don't really make them much anymore, but I really like that.
Ice cream?
Ice cream, I like cookies and cream. I dig that.
Okay, I'm a Moose Tracks gal. Type of cake? German chocolate.
You know, just yellow. I like me some good yellow cake with white frosting. Very
and long
boring.
trip snacks.
Probably like the Slim Jims, like the meat sticks. Those are pretty good.
Nice. CJ Noel Lopez, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, seeing how you're a Looney Tunes fan, do you also have a hate for the WB 7 Arts cartoons that came out in the late 60s? They were trash. Even the intro music was trash.
The ones where they don't actually work into Looney Tunes, where they'll have something like Bunny and Claude or Cool Cat or something like that. I kind of appreciate them for what a product of the time they are. But yeah, all the other ones are not that good. The Wile E. Coyote ones and stuff are not that great. I'm waiting. This guy did this really great, something like 7 or 8 part documentary on the history of Looney Tunes. I had stuff like I didn't know about. I thought I knew a lot. This is like the most in-depth one, and the last part is about the 7 arts part, but he hasn't gotten to it yet. You can see why he puts a lot of love into this, and however long he needs to make it, I'll wait because they are very well done.
Cameron, thank you for the 80 bits. Hi, Doug. I loved your review for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I still remember when my mom read me the books as a kid when I was sick.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I always want to emphasize, I feel like these work better as books. I don't think they work. Because, like I said, I was looking at the pages. I'm like, these pages are making me laugh. It's almost word for word the same thing. But I think something about reading it with the little stick drawings is funnier somehow.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Who's older, you or Rob? Do you have any other siblings? How did you first get involved with Channel Awesome?
Rob is older. No other siblings outside of, Buster and Chaplin. They're not my siblings, but they're my children. Yeah, no, I just started making videos, but I had no business mind. So yeah, a guy came along and said, I at a time when you couldn't really make a living at this, said, hey, I can put together a business plan. We can make this happen. And he started the company, Channel Awesome, and I've been here ever since. And it's been the dream, man. It's been such a dream. You still got to pinch me, man. I can't believe all this is, the life I have.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. I think John Boyega did a good job declining Marvel, especially after Disney screwing him over with Star Wars. MCU fanboys still trashing him over this decision, even though there are not much black characters left there. I'm happy for him since he has the Woman King and Breaking, which is set in Atlanta, since the camera has a #2 logo that's also Atlanta's ABC affiliate.
Is John Boyega, is that the dude from Force Awakens?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. And what did he do? He turned down Marvel?
Marvel, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he didn't have a
balls,
great experience working with Disney.
I guess that's true. I mean, although Marvel, I think it would be probably different people and stuff. But, man, more power to him. I wouldn't have the balls to do that. I'd be like, Marvel, fuck yeah, get me in there. Even if I did Star Wars or whatever. Yeah, so I hope he has a great career. I hope all those actors do. All of them did. I mean, acting-wise, I think did a great job. Yeah, I really wish nothing but the best for him.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, I was wondering if you heard of Super 8. It's a J.J. Abrams movie set in 1979 about a group of kids trying to make a zombie movie, but they encounter an alien. It's basically the 80s boys gang, except done differently.
Yeah, it's funny because everyone used to say when Stranger Things came out, oh yeah, it's like Super 8, the show. And now whenever people refer to Super 8, they're always like, oh yeah, it's like Stranger Things, the movie. So it's funny how that happened because obviously Stranger Things blew up a lot more. But I liked it. I love that they actually showed the movie they were filming at the end. That was my favorite part.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. I finally finished all 12 seasons of Bob's Burgers so far. It's really a fantastic series. Louise is my absolute favorite. I probably would have held off on watching it for a while if I didn't hear your praises for it. Thanks for getting me into one of the best animated shows ever.
Yeah, I love it. It's I think I still have some new ones to catch up on, but I think I've pretty much seen like all the episodes. Like I said, the characters are just so infectious and likable. I just love the shit out of them.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you make an NC review for Killer Clowns from Outer Space? It's a pretty fun movie. Also, a side note, they announced they're making it into a multiplayer game next year.
I think I heard that. Maybe I will. I don't know. Originally, I was like, oh, what am I going to say about it? That everybody hasn't said and have fun with it. But it's like, maybe I will. Because the designs of them are so great. And it is just such a goofy movie. Yeah, I might get around to it at some point. I don't know when, though.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What movie/TV series has the best LGBTQ plus representation you've ever seen?
Okay. A series as well?
Series or TV, or movie or TV series.
I think this counts. I'm pretty sure it does. Probably Steven Universe. I think does so much. Like even just outside of that, I keep saying that's a show that's going to be taught like years from now, like in schools and I don't know, media studies and stuff like that. They're going to be like analyzing all the various ways this show works, because there's just so much character and so much insight and so much that works on, like I said, just so many various levels and layers. So and I think that's included in there as well. I mean, it definitely. I'd be shocked if that wasn't part of the intention of telling some of these stories. So yeah, I guess I'll go with that. I'm not saying it's the absolute best, but it's the one that's jumping out to me the most right now.
Rand Omega, thank you for that 6-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate it. And they just said, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mumra, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think all the news/internet chatter that will come out of D23 this September 9th will overshadow Cobra Kai Season 5 release date, which is also on the 9th? I think all that Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars news might hurt its hype that day by possibly overshadowing it. If Cobra Kai was 1 episode a week, it wouldn't have a problem, I think.
I mean, you might have a point with it. Well, just Netflix in general sounds like they're having a tough time right now. But I keep forgetting Cobra Kai is even coming out. But I say that every single season. I think after like season 2 or 3, I was just like, all right, whatever. And I always try to get away from it, but it keeps pulling me back in.
Sure does.
I'm sure I'll do the same thing. I'll like wait and hear what people say about it. They're like, no, it's worth it. I'll watch it, but I'm not in a rush to see it.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you notice a couple of Star Wars comparisons? Or, sorry, what? Yeah, did you notice a couple of Star Wars comparisons in Kung Fu Panda? Like, Shifu and his former people are like Kenobi and Anakin, and the villain in the second film is like Palpatine by trying to exterminate the pandas like Jedi?
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars famously took from a lot of samurai films as well. So, I mean, that's not surprising.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Hunger Games movie/books and the upcoming Songbirds and Snakes movie?
I never read the books.
They're good.
I like the movies. Yeah, the only thing I hate is in the first film, I hated the shaky cam. I despise that so much. But everything else, I thought, even though the idea, like people say, like this idea has kind of been done before, it's like, it's fine as long as you do something new with it. And I thought they did. I thought they gave it kind of a fun, unique spin, and the acting's good, and it's intense. I love that it's something for, like teens and stuff that really is like fucking tough and aggressive. So I don't know. I dig that stuff. I enjoyed it.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. Any chance of another Milwaukee Con visit in the future? Would love to see you guys in my hometown again.
We got Grand Rapids. No, that's not.
That's not Milwaukee.
No, not at all. Not even close. So forget I said that. Nothing's planned. I have not been looking that deep into conventions recently, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm still catching up with some stuff, so maybe next year I'll look more aggressively into that. But also, if you do want us out there, just contact a con and say, hey, we want Channel Awesome out there and everything too. So that'll definitely help too.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Is there a book-to-movie adaptation where you think the movie was better?
Howl's
Moving Castle. The movie is way better than the book was. Howl's Moving Castle book was kind of boring.
Big Fish. If you think the movie is kind of scatterbrained, the book is really scatterbrained. I actually thought they did a pretty good job attaching a narrative to it, even though it's not perfect, but I still think it worked better than the book did it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you speak any other languages?
No.
I know a little bit
that works in a lot of different languages.
I know a little bit of Japanese and French. Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, do you plan on doing Roderick Rules anytime soon? It's twice as better as the prequel.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know, because there is a part of me. Maybe, I don't know. The movies kind of rub me the wrong way, but I'm hearing a lot more like some people say, no, they get better and worse somehow. Like some get better, some get worse. I don't know if it grabbed me that much, so I don't know. I know a lot of people are asking for it and telling me I should see it, but we'll see what happens.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 50 bits. What show/movie you wouldn't mind a remake for? For example, I wouldn't mind a remake of Gunsmoke for Paramount Plus.
Two that are god-awful movies, but I think could be fun remakes, honestly. One, the worst film I've ever seen, Garbage Pail Kids. I think that can be a fun movie. I think you can do something fun with that. And the other is Drop Dead Fred. I think that's a great idea that just did not execute it right. And I feel like they can still do something really cool and fun with that.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, in your review for Bobbleheads, I noticed your opening sketch you had sampling awful movies like Wine. Was that a reference to Mystery Science Theater and how the films they watch are always in liquid form?
I don't remember that part. Oh no, you're right. They do, like, in the newer ones especially. They like push a little lever and like the liquid goes down. That's right. No, I think clearly by me even forgetting that. No, that was not the intention.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever seen / would you ever do an NC for Robots, 1 Hour Photo, and RIPD? Also NC for Bullet Train.
Not for Bullet Train. I don't think there's enough there for that. I never did see RIPD. I hear it's bad, so maybe I should check it out. 1 Hour Photo, I don't think I'd have enough to say about, though the acting's really good. And then Robots, I'm doing a Disney December on.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Your ad break on this week's NC killed me. I usually skip them, but there was something funny about how you were skipping in place.
Yeah, I never know what's gonna get people's attention in those or not. I mean, they're always the last thing I do. Literally, like the day I'm editing the review, I'll get the ad because we have to do them a week ahead of time because of, copyright claims. That is bullshit, but it's just what we got put up with. So yeah, no, it's just me panicking. I don't know what to do, so I just do whatever comes to my head.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I love that you're playing and reviewing games, especially for Disney December. My request, The Last of Us is turning 10 next year, so you could count it as nostalgia, maybe an NC editorial to get your deep thoughts.
There's not, I mean, anything I have to say about it is what everybody says, honestly. Even like Heather and I are talking about the show coming up, and I think both of us are on the same page. We hope it's good, but it's probably not going to, because a game is the perfect way to tell that story. And everything else, like, we've seen in a show already, kind of these zombie-like shows. So I don't know, unless they do something different, which they might. I don't know. It's good people and everything, but I just don't know how you do that on a show, like do it in a new way. The game was a perfect way to do that.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. One of my least favorite scenes from Shrek the Third was King Harold's death. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I thought it was pretty tasteless and disrespectful. I mean, they took Shrek and Fiona's breakup in the first movie more seriously.
I agree. I feel like I answered that before when I talked about the Shrek movies, but maybe someone else thought the same thing. Yeah, if it was funny, then I would let it slide. But it wasn't even that funny. The timing was off and everything. I remember, when I saw it, like, I got so into the second one, I was like, well, it seemed kind of tasteless. I don't know. I guess I like that character enough to be like, I deserve better than that.
CJ Noel, thank you for the 50 bits. A suggestion for the next commercial special. Look up the Long Man Japanese commercials. They're hilarious commercials for gum that follows a story arc. They should be available on YouTube. Those are awesome.
I have seen that, and I forgot to add that to the list, so I am definitely going to, because I think my brother showed me them, and I was just like howling with laughter. That's some of the funniest stuff I ever saw. So yeah, I will definitely talk about those.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Hope that you two are doing fantastic. So, Doug, may we have a hint on next week's review or editorial?
No. Resurrections.
Talking of Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Your description about using comedy in films to make us like the character even more when the dramatic scenes happens is how I feel about the MCU. Some people complain about the humor, but they are necessary. Thor is funny when he acts like a goofy dude bro, so when he gets depressed after losing to Thanos, we care.
Yeah, but I'm one of those now where it is a balance. Kung Fu Panda also has a balance, and at least with the new Thor, I thought there was too much of the comedy, which is a shame because I thought the dramatic stuff was done actually pretty well. But yeah, just the screaming goats and everything, I'm like, just a little too much for me. I thought something like Miss Marvel kind of balanced that a lot better and had more of kind of a fun style. So I'm not against it, but I do think you can't get too much of a good thing.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Is there a movie where one or more actors were distractingly miscast? If so, who would you cast in their place?
Oh God, I mean, did I never do like a miscast bit? I guess not. I'm trying to think of one where I'm like, Oh, probably Russell Crowe and Les Mis. That was pretty bad. Um, he's turned out to actually be a pretty good actor. That's another one I thought he was too stoic and like blank face and stuff. But he's actually turned out to be pretty good. But yeah, not only did he not act that well in that, but he sung so hilariously bad, with no emotion in it that it was quite impressive.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. What movie do you consider the perfect summer blockbuster?
Uh, hmm. Man, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think what comes to my head. Like Jurassic Park
Yep.
comes into my head. Honestly, the Michael Bay first Transformers actually does come into my head. I remember having a great time with that. The Dark Knight comes in my head. I'm thinking of moments where people were just cheering at the screen. What was Return of the King summer? I can't remember,
I don't
but just
remember.
another moment where everybody was cheering. So yeah, and I like got along with it too, like with everybody. So something where everyone can feel like, man, we witnessed something. That was really, really cool. I'm glad I was here with you all to witness that. Like, that's a good summer movie to me.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. In Doctor Strangelove, Alexei de Sidesky, played by Peter Bull, mentioned a material called cobalt therium G, which has a half-life of 93 years, so it would take 930 years to reach safe levels. If I were the director, then I would have used cobalt 57, because its half-life is 271.79 days, so it would take 7 years, 5 months, and 13 days to reach safety.
Neat.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Trey Parker and Matt Stone project after South Park?
I mean, it's got to be Book of Mormon.
It's
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, the music is great. It's very funny. It does have a little bit of a heart to it as well. I loved it.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you managed to finish Everything Everywhere all at once?
I'm down to the last half hour. And I am liking it. And I didn't dislike it at first, but now I'm really getting into it. The second half, what's it called? Everywhere, I guess is part
Okay.
two. Is where it really turned on, and I'm just like, whoa, this is like really gripping. Like
Yep.
this is really, really sucking me in. But the first part is still great too, but the second part is where I'm really like, okay, before I was like, I could take or leave this film. Now it's like, I have to know what's going to happen.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite episode of Tamra's Never Seen? What from Brad Tries would you like to try?
I don't know if Brad ever did OK Soda, but I remember growing up having that, and I can't remember if it was good or not. I'm sure I would hate it now. Favorite Tamra's Never Seen? Maybe the one just because I remember I remember nailing their reactions. Malcolm and Tamara saw my favorite movie, Brazil, and I gave a prediction of what I thought their reaction was going to be. And when they watched it, they're like, "Yeah, that's pretty much it." We should put on the subtitles because we missed like half of what they said through the accents.
Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, which cartoons left an impact on you and your taste in cartoons? Mine would be My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Steven Universe.
I mean, look at all the stuff on my wall, man. It's like half the cartoons I've seen in my life. I mean, I list them like Batman, a lot of the Warner Bros. Honestly, Batman, Looney Tunes, Animaniacs, and some of the Disney ones too. Like the animated movies and stuff like that, DuckTales, all that stuff. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, probably the same ones that had an impact on a lot of people my age.
Even Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Even before Spider-Man No Way Home, the older Spider-Man films had time to marinate and we understood and appreciate what the story was trying to tell us. Are there any other mid-2000s movies that are like that for you? I think the first two Fantastic Four movies had some merit.
So one that I think it was late 90s, maybe as early to I think it was late 90s, but I for a while did not like the movie Matilda, and I've watched it recently and now I really, really enjoy it. It was a weird, I guess it was just a weird time where I saw a lot of people doing like the wide angle thing and trying to show off their directing style and trying to be dark just to be dark. And I was like, I'm not liking this. There's no like class to this. There's nothing really that clever about it. And then I saw it years later. I'm like, no, there is. This is the style. This is really, really smart and imaginative. And it's like, shit. I love the fact that kids are growing up with this. So yeah, now I look back and I'm like, that was actually a pretty damn good movie.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, I spy with my little eye some new art on the wall. Will you ever get a good look at your new pieces one of these days?
Because I literally just shot the new Dark Toons today, and I redid the opening because I'm like, well, the wall looks different, so I should probably, reshoot that. So you'll get a few close-ups there.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, when you finished Amphibia, you said you thought the final season was meant to be split into season 4 because of the quote on, quote, second finale. Well, I can confirm that the creator, Matt Bradley, did plan for the show to be 3 seasons as 3 acts. Just thought you should know.
Huh, okay. That's so surprising. I wonder why he didn't just kind of pick a finale there. I don't know. Maybe it was trying to have his cake and eat it too. I mean, they were both good, but yeah, that was the one thing that was it was surprising. I didn't see it coming, but it was a hint distracting.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. IDK, if I've heard in a previous stream, but are you finally going to cover Home Alone on NC, the good one?
Yes, after I do one more bad one. Because it did hit me. I'm like, oh, I'm 2 away from getting them all. Wow, okay. So yeah, I'm going to do the bad one that came out recently. Because I actually do have a lot to say about that. It's almost good, but it's not. It is a bad movie. And then, yeah, I will do the original because there's so much I can talk about with the original. It's so good.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite clip show episode of a show? The Ember Island Players and the one from Always Sunny are both very good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's one in The Simpsons where it's like Troy McClure just hosting like a clip show, and that was fun because they owned up to it and they had some behind the scenes stuff and everything, and that felt right. I was like, okay, that's a good way to do this. Also the I think second to last episode of Seinfeld, that clip show, man, they must have just known every line inside out because the way they connected everything in that editing, even the opening with the Superman music, was really phenomenal. You could tell they were like super fans that edited this.
The Steam Lord, thank you for the 50 bits. As a YouTube pooper, have you ever seen the Mario or Zelda games on Philips CDI? I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
Oh yeah, I mean, how? Well, actually, I don't know if I've seen the Mario one. Wait, I don't know if I've seen the
I've
Mario
seen the Zelda ones.
Everybody's seen the Zelda ones. I
Yeah.
mean, those are famous. I mean, God, you can't be on the internet without seeing those. I can't remember. Was there like a time traveling Mario one or a Mario Hotel or something? Maybe I've seen that. I don't know if that counts though. You might be talking about something else.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, why do you hate the Hulk CG? Why? Who do you think you are? Some kind of critic or something?
I mean, God, which CG in particular? Are we talking about the original, like the Ang Lee? What's even the original now? Honestly, probably the Ang Lee one is what you're talking about, and yeah, it's just awkward. Now, to be fair, that is the least of that film's problems, but yeah, it's a no for me, man.
King KM, thank you for the 100 bits. If you remember someone asking about TMNT 2012 a while ago, it was me, and I'd like to know why you haven't reviewed it. I grew up with 2012, and while I notice more reviews and reactions are surfacing on YouTube, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Are we talking about the series, I'm assuming? Okay, it's just a time thing. Someone actually gave me a collection of like the first season on DVD, and I still have it. Like that's going to be like when I finally have time, I'm going to put it on because everyone says that's a really great show, and it has like a lot of great tie-ins to like the history of the Ninja Turtles and all the variations and stuff. But it's just a time thing. Anytime, I love to watch everything, man. I love what people make. I love the different styles and genres and stuff. It's just a time thing. I'm thankful I have a job where I can watch stuff, but ironically, it does keep me from watching other stuff.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. What's the best looking food in a movie or show to you? For me, it has to be the prison meals in Goodfellas. Anything from a Miyazaki movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And that's a very good choice, by the way, the Goodfellas. So like whenever I want to get in the mood for Italian food, I do think of them like describing all the stuff that they snuck in. Yeah, in Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, I think is the name of the movie. A lot of the people in there are chefs and cooks, and the food in there looks unbelievable, like really, really good.
Dark Paladin, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey Doug, are you going to review the animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie for Disney-cember? I must warn you, only the author of the book worked on the screenplay.
That's actually not a bad idea. I might write that down. Now that I've seen the other one, I'm like, oh yeah, because I thought it was a show, but I guess not. So it's one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, I could watch that. Like maybe I will. I might work that in.
CM Sully, thank you for that 18-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Shower renovation done and a subiversary? Today's a good day. It is indeed.
Thank you.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Will you review The Burbs?
I don't think I've seen it since it came out. I don't know if I have that much to say about it. I guess I'll try to watch it again to see if, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it since it came out, so maybe they'll change my mind.
Lime Peel, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Heather, have you seen Evangelion and the end of Evangelion? I finished it recently and think the movie is one of the greatest artistic achievements I've ever seen. I love Evangelion. It's a great series. The movies, the newest movies, the end of, were very different, but also unique and good in their own ways. But I love Evangelion.
Am I right? Neon Genesis is something different, right?
Neon Genesis Evangelion is the name of the series.
It is, okay. So I know about the ending that like threw everybody off. Like, what? Like everybody says it's great, and then you get to the ending and it's like, what? So
I like the original ending.
Yeah, and people are very split on it because I guess it goes very art house, or it does something very different. And I guess they made some other new movies or something, or other endings and stuff. So that actually makes me want to see it.
They're so good.
But it's just another time thing. Yeah, that's like one of the classic animes, and again, I just haven't gotten around to seeing it.
Horace, thank you for the 50 bits. Will there be Fox animations in Disney-cember? Especially hope for Titan AE. I love this movie.
I'm trying to do ones after Disney bought Fox. Down the road, I'm sure I'll go back and do other ones. Like I never have seen Fantastic Mr. Fox. Everybody says I should do that. So once in a while I'll make an exception. Like I'm doing X-Men Evolution just because everybody says I should see it. I'm like, okay, well this is a perfect excuse to finally watch it. So I'll say no, but I'll cheat.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, I've seen some posters for the new Transformers Beast Wars movie. Thought I'd bring it up so you can add it to Comics and Coffee. Not gonna lie, I might check it out. I have not seen it, so I will check it out. Thank you. Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. What's your funniest cringe moment in any movie for you? For me, it's Abigail Breslin's burlesque routine from Little Miss Sunshine by far. Although that phone call scene from The Swingers is a close second. Or from Swingers.
Oh God. Oh, man. I forgot about that. That is hard to watch in Swingers. Oh, my God. That is, like, heartbreaking. Man, I'm trying to think. I don't know. You know what it is? I'd have to go back to like when I was a kid. I'd see something like, I don't know, on Disney Channel or something and be like, well, that's weird as a kid. I'm sure when I grow up, that'll make more sense. It's like, nope, it's still uncomfortable and weird. The one that always jumps out to me, it's like some sort of Donald Duck thing where it's like, Donald Duck, this is your life or whatever. And all these characters are coming in to say hello. And it's all these random animations of like Pecos Bill and Ichabod Crane and Peter Pan and like the three. These characters have no connection down. Like some walk by twice and they have different sizes. Like some will be the size of ants and stuff. And it just makes no sense at all. And I don't know why. I always go back to that. Like, because I remember watching as a kid and just thinking, well, as an adult, I bet this will somehow make more sense. Because as a kid, this is totally bonkers. And it's like, no, it makes even less sense as an adult. So maybe that. The scene is so strange. There is a part of me that almost wants to do a little video just on this one scene.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. I hope that you will watch and review The Last Unicorn. It's one of Rankin Bass's best animated films. The characters are great. I really like Molly Grew. It's celebrating its 40th anniversary.
Yeah, I hear it's great. I never have seen it. I do remember Rankin Bass because I think we did that Terrible King and I movie. I do remember them coming down pretty hard with the copyright claim. So we'll have to see about that. But I do want to see it.
King of Violence, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen House of Dragons and thoughts?
No, not yet. That is one of those where it's like, I'll wait and see what people say about it. It's like, should I invest time in another Game of Thrones, especially a prequel? Like, I don't know. So, we'll see. I'll wait and hear what the word of mouth on it is.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 50 bits. Little late to the party here, but I loved your art wall video. Thank you for always being so supportive of small artists.
Oh, I mean, thanks to them for providing great art.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite one-hit wonder song? Currently, for me, it's got to be Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba, aka the I Get Knocked Down song.
Who sung the hooked on a feeling?
Oh.
Who sung that, do you know? Is that anybody? If it's nobody, I'll say that.
Chad, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Blue Suede
Oh,
is what Alexander says, and Kermit Wazowski says. Blue Swede.
Oh,
I can't read.
Well, I guess I don't remember them, so I guess I'll say that counts.
I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Welp, you don't have to worry about reviewing Shazam for Christmas. It just got delayed to March, but please review it anyway.
I was looking forward to that. All right, I'm sure they want to. I was gonna say I'm sure they want to make it good, but now with Discovery, who the fuck knows? They're just fucking up everything, man. We're discovering how much we hate Discovery. That's what we're discovering.
That is. Power Gamer, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Doug, I assumed you finished Amphibia. What are your thoughts on the final episode and final thoughts on the show as a whole? Personally, it's one of my favorite cartoons of all time, and the final episode made me cry, which is still impressive.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the two finales personally. I was talking about that earlier, but they're still good. I just feel like pick one or the other. But yeah, I thought the first season was kind of meh, like fine for kids, but not much else. But after that, it got better and better, and there's nothing super new in it, but it did all this familiar stuff so well and in such a charming and funny way that yeah, I really did get into it. I did like the ending. I like without giving away too much, where in the cabin, if that makes sense. I kind of like the way they explained that and got around that. I thought that was pretty clever.
Ozier, thank you for the 100 bits. Good evening, Channel Awesome crew. What are your thoughts on Discovery's hostile takeover of WB and CN? Also, have you seen Velskabums 94's video on what we can do to help the latter two back against the former, including David Zaslav?
No, I haven't seen that, and yes, so far not a fan.
Nope.
I'm a big Warner Brothers guy, so all of this stuff happening, I'm just like, they don't sound like good ideas. I mean, I'm not a business head at all. I don't have a business mind, but it doesn't sound like it's doing their stock prices any good either.
Nope.
So yeah, I don't know.
CM Sully, thank you for the 50 bits. Dark Toons is coming back. Will you discuss the Fleischer Humpty Dumpty cartoons that scared me as a tiny tot? Because there is a scene where they're knitting a lamb's wool to the point that the lamb's flesh gets caught.
I forgot about that. I remember that cartoon also. Maybe for any reason, just to give me the excuse to watch it again, because I do remember growing up with that cartoon. It was so bizarre. They took some creative liberties with that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. NASA just released audio from a black hole, and no joke, it's the creepiest thing I've ever heard. You have to listen to it. It sounded like the ninth circle of hell, in my opinion.
Ooh, okay. Oh,
you didn't hear it?
No, it sounds cool.
It's weird. It's weird.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to check that out. Not now, but I'm just typing it so I don't forget.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite side character in Die Hard? Also, thoughts on the Die Hard sequels?
The sequels are fine. Nothing's as good as the first one. Okay, I only saw up to 3. I never saw after that, so take that for what it's worth. I mean, I think it's got to be why am I blanking on his name? The guy from Family Matters, the cop.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, no shit, but Alan Rickman's so good too. I'll say Alan Rickman. He wins a little bit, a little bit more.
Sorry. Ozier, thank you for the 50 bits. Happy birthday, Heather. I know you said belated, but it's tomorrow, so it's not belated. Thank you. Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. It was Stanley Kubrick, the same guy who was suspected of directing the fake moon landing film. The question is, what do you think of my new conspiracy theory about the lunar arc?
It's imaginative.
Modica, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen Beast, the Idris Elba punches a lion movie?
No, I'm sure it's fine. I don't know. I just know the lion CG. I don't know. something I think is going to happen with film now after Top Gun. I think it's a good thing where I think people are going to realize, man, we got to do more shit actually there and prove that we're actually doing it. I'm hoping that like starts something new. Not that like, oh, get rid of CG. It's like, no, but don't rely on it so much anymore. Not as much as we are. I'm hoping Top Gun will sort of start that because I'm sure it's fine, but there's no excitement to it because I just know it's animated. And the lion's not really there. So no matter how much they try to convince me. So yeah, I guess that's my take.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. Someone made an interesting point in today's NC. It's interesting how Kung Fu Panda films did a better job at teaching philosophical lessons than the live-action Mulan.
Yeah, they explained Chi a lot better too. I never thought they explained Chi very well in the live-action Mulan. I think it's great. Like between that and like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think it's great that so many of these teachings, philosophies, and ideas and stuff are being taught to kids, and in a way they can follow it. And it's great entertainment as well. So yeah, I'm ecstatic about that. Watching those movies again was really fun.
We might have to pick up the pace already. We're still an hour behind. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. When you manage to find time to take a break, will you finish watching both The Amazing World of Gumball and Hell of a Boss?
I don't think I'll have time to finish Gumball, but I'll probably have time to finish Hell of a Boss.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. When rewatching these past streams, sometimes I try to skip every 10 seconds so your convo sound really weird and derailed out of context, so it would go something like this. My favorite film moment ever was Skip, and the thing about prison life on Alderaan is Skip, and that poo on a stick saved my life. Lol.
I mean, sounds right. Monkey dishwasher. There you go. When you skip around, try to explain that.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. I don't know about you guys, but after Doctor Strange 2, I've been questioning my dreams lately. I just had a dream about talking to Hugh Jackman. Did you guys had any odd dreams recently? I actually don't remember my dreams ever. It's kind of weird.
I do. For me, it's more the feelings and the dreams I really remember. And it's always so funny to wake up and be like, wait, as I'm describing this, I don't know why I had these feelings during that moment. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's always the fascinating part to me, is how you feel in the dream during a moment.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. If back in 1940, American scientists figured out how to produce and safely contain large quantities of antimatter at an affordable price, then do you think the Cold War would have gone any differently? Mind you, 1 gram equals 42,857 tons of TMT.
Make a time machine and find out, man. I have no idea.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Do you think you'll review either of these films, Meet Dave or Aliens in the Attic?
Never even heard of Aliens in the Attic. I never saw Meet Dave. Maybe I should, because I hear there's some good material I could probably get out of that.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Are there any movies that you know are great but only watch once because it's too disturbing? For me, it's Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, I can see that. Happiness, I think, is a phenomenal film. I don't know if I can ever watch it again. Oh, have you seen the movie? You know exactly why.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I know you said that you were tired of the Chosen One cliche, but what do you think of the Digi-Destined from Digimon? I also thought that was the most clever way of introducing a Chosen One.
I haven't seen Digimon. I'm sorry, that's a Heather question.
I mean, it's been so long, I don't remember how they introduced them, but yeah, I mean, it's not the worst. I know, guys, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you managed to watch Jackass 4.5?
Oh, not 4.5, no. Kind of forgot that was even a thing. I will try to watch it because I love Jackass.
The Hour Man, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen The Dark Crystal and its Netflix prequel series, and would you review them?
I've seen the movie. I don't think I can get enough out of the movie. And I've seen a little bit of the show. That's another one I have to sit down and watch the whole thing because I was liking it.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. I like the episodes of Creep Show that take place in radically different worlds, including the ones where the world comes to an end.
That's another one I got finished because I got the whole season on Blu-ray or seasons, and it's like shit. Yeah, I forgot about that too. There's so much stuff I gotta watch.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I have an idea for a show you could review for Disney-cember: American Dragon, Jake Long.
I think I had that on the list before. I think I had for this year, and then I had to push it back. So I might get it next year.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. Explain to me why during any of these Jurassic Park sequels, none of the directors or writers came up with the idea of searching through other periods of dinosaur history for new dangerous animals. Like instead of a T-Rex, have a saber-toothed tiger as your new threat.
It's not a bad idea, honestly,
It's
because that would
not.
take, good writing. And we haven't had that in a Jurassic Park sequel yet.
Ozier, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm sure the answer is no, but I'll ask anyway. Would you consider reviewing the Thomas the Tank Engine episodes for Dark Toons? If so, may I recommend Escape, Toby and the Flood, Rusty and the Boulder, and Stephanie Gets Lost?
Do they count as animation? I mean, they're really more puppets. I don't know. It would give me an excuse to finally watch that show. We'll see.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather, I'm curious as to how you enunciate your surname. Would you please indulge us? It's Rooster. Or Roos. Sorry, it's Roos, like a rooster without the tur. It's always the way I used to tell people. It should probably be closer to Rausch, because my grandpa is Austrian, but we pronounce it Roos, like a rooster without the tur. LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Favorite Disney princess? Belle.
I used to say Belle, but I don't know. Tiana's growing on me. I like the workaholics.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Sorry if this question has been asked, but what do you think of the Pinocchio trailer? I think it looks like one of the better remakes.
Awesome. I hope it is. I thought it looked terrible. It did not grab me at all.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. If I were the director of Doctor Strangelove, then I would have allowed the world to go on rather than allowing it to end. That way, it would be hilarious how close the world came to an end for want of 20 cents.
Yeah, but then nobody would remain. It wouldn't be a cautionary tale, or it wouldn't be as strong a cautionary tale. I mean, that's your version, but yeah, I like the way it ends.
Mr. D-Rec, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. I liked your review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but I was wondering if you're going to review Roderick Rules. It was better than the first time, and Greg is much better, too.
A lot of people are recommending it. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's hard getting through the first one, but maybe the sequels will be better.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. So I'm back. I wanted to ask this to Rob, but maybe you can ask him. I'm working on a video, and it would be funny if this council starts asking questions and someone says, what does the chart say? And Rob could say, the chart says we need more guns and sky portals, but mostly sky portals.
I don't think he does many cameos. He barely does cameos for us. No, that's mean. But yeah, I don't think he'd probably do that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you been in contact with Confused Matthew?
Man, I hate doing this because I'm like, have I talked to? I feel like I've heard that name, but I see a lot of YouTubers and meet a lot. I'm sorry, I'd have to look him up. I'm so sorry.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite moment from Cliff and Doom Patrol? For me, it's the therapy scene. The fact that he begs the group to do a therapy session only to immediately interrupt and insult them was hilarious.
I mean, that's pretty good. It's funny. Yeah, there was something about first thing that came in my head is is sort of a therapy moment where he gets everyone together. But it's weird. I can't remember any of the lines. I just remember it being really funny. It was a good Cliff moment. So I guess I'll say the same thing.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. Sup, Doug? How are you enjoying Inuyasha? No, wait, I meant X-Men Evolution. Sorry, I always get those confused since they're both the exact same cast. It's a very similar cast, yeah. It's also a very similar cast to Gundam Wing as well.
So similar voice actors?
Yes, yes, the voice actors.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen Inuyasha, so I'll believe you. I trust you. I'm surprisingly liking it. I did not think I would, or at the most, I think it's just okay. But it's actually a pretty creative, inventive take on the source material that's weirdly still kind of faithful too. So I am really liking it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What would you say is your favorite action scene from Game of Thrones?
Man, shit. I mean, I hate to say it, any of the shocking deaths, because I remember the emotional impact it has on me. Even though most of the emotional deaths didn't disturb me that much because I didn't get into a lot of those characters, but it's still whoa, I can't believe they killed him off that way. Holy shit. Like Red Wedding and stuff like that. No, the wolf at one point gets killed by a bunch of arrows and stuff, and that made me the most emotional. I'm like, oh, poor donkey. So I don't know if that counts, but I'll say that.
Modika, thank you for the 50 bits. What Rob did think of the Netflix Sandman? So what does Rob think of Netflix? Sandman, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't asked him about it because he loves Sandman. So yeah, I probably should see what he thinks about it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the Cuphead show? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it, but I liked it. I feel kind of bad because I feel like that's probably not what people were expecting, but it really is like some of those old school, like Donald Duck, Chip and Dale cartoons, a little bit of Fleischer in there too. So I like it, but I like that kind of stuff. I think anyone looking for a bit of an edge might be disappointed though.
DJL, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, what would you want to see in a 2D animated horror movie?
Hmm. That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I've seen creepy like drawings, like just hand drawn, art that like can give me the creeps. Yeah, I don't know. Make it. Let's find out.
LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. My favorite underrated band is Queen. I don't think anyone has ever heard of them, right?
Yeah, they were back in the 50s too, right?
Yeah, totally. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite James Bond movie?
I haven't seen them all. Actually, because I got shown them recently, I'm like, shit, I really like this. One of the Timothy Dalton ones, I think. I surprisingly really got into him as Bond. He really gave him an edge that I
Okay.
really, really liked. Was a License to Kill or yeah, I can't remember the other one, but
A View to a
yeah,
Kill?
no,
No.
that's not Timothy Dalton.
No, that's not. Just kidding. It's not. As soon as I
Yeah,
said it, I was like,
okay.
that's wrong.
But yeah, I think I saw because he did like two or three of them, and I really, really enjoyed those.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. My siblings and I absolutely love old Simpsons, which is why we play a game I invented called Ruin the Joke. Remember the street sweeper joke from Bart Sells His Soul? Well, imagine after the street sweeper crashes, he comes out and says, whoops, I should have watched where I was going. Bam, joke ruined. Give it a try, Doug and Heather, it's fun. That's actually hilarious.
That's weirdly hilarious. I kind of love that. Ruin the joke, make it not funny, and that is kind of funny. Yeah. There's something weirdly ingenious about that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Are there any trailers before Bullet Train that looked interesting to you? The Amsterdam one, directed by David O. Russell, looks cool. Very Coen Brothers-esque.
Uh, yeah, I guess that looked a little interesting. I saw a screener of it, so I didn't have trailers before it, but yeah, I don't know. This, with the exception of Top Gun, this year hasn't been like, and maybe Elvis, this year hasn't been grabbing me in terms of movies. I kind of hope. I guess in fall and winter, that's when they get the real good stuff too. So we'll see what happens. It's not bad, but it's not grabbing me.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite portrayal of a comic book villain in a movie besides the Joker? Green Goblin?
I was gonna say maybe in No Way Home. I did like the portrayal. Actually, God, a part of me just wants to say that, like, just all the villains in No Way Home, the way they worked them in, I thought that was really, really clever.
Brand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. I recently watched Zombies 3 on Disney Plus. What do you think about it? I kind of liked it. Can't wait to see that on the Disney December list.
I haven't seen it yet. I did weirdly kind of like the first one. Second one I didn't like, but I was shocked how kind of enjoyable the first one was.
Ozier, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, how big are you on Danger Mouse? Because the franchise turned 40 last year.
40, holy shit. I watched it on Nick at Night growing up, and I did remember really, really liking it. But I don't think I've seen it since.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your favorite scene from the Bob's Burgers movie?
I think just that whole Sunny Side Up Summer song, like I said, I really could not get it out of my head for several weeks.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was the most annoying Bob's Burgers character for you? For me, it's Tammy.
Who's the guy, the little, like, I don't know, the inspector, whatever, who always goes, he has this kind of voice, which has worked in other stuff like home movies and stuff, but something about in Bob's Burgers, he is just so obnoxious.
Chat says Hugo.
It's probably Hugo. I just cannot take that character or that voice.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you cried while watching a series? For me, I can't watch Doctor Who End of Time, David Tennant's last episode.
And again, I can't say absolute because it's a spoiler, but in Wolf's Reign, there's a character that dies in maybe the third to last episode, that just messed me up for a couple days. I think it was in the middle of winter too. I didn't get enough sun, but I was just like, oh no! my heart out.
I literally just cried watching Sandman last night, so...
Oh, there you go.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you ever seen the movie Bloody Birthday? I would like to see a review on that with your face horrified and me laughing on the floor as you scream. I don't know, just thought it'd be funny.
Let me see. Let me see if like anything rings about. Oh, wait, did Brad review this? He might have talked about this movie because it looks so. Yeah, I think he reviewed it. And actually, this does kind of look like fun. I may need to check this out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. If you could pick one Batman villain who hasn't appeared in live action to be the villain in the sequel to The Batman, who would you choose?
A live action Batman villain in the sequel to The Batman? Was that
Yes,
it?
yeah.
I was digging, was it you that was saying Mad Hatter?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Before? I'm digging
yeah.
that. I'm really liking that. Especially with the story of like attracted to the, woman named Alice and stuff like that. And we could do with Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I like that.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. If you joined the MCU, you would be the most powerful Avenger instantly. What's your superpower, you ask? Criticizing everyone. Captain Marvel, why are you so bland and boring? Just fly around, do powerful stuff, then fly away.
See, I like the idea of reflecting their powers back through my head. Just you like a laser beam right back at them.
Perfect. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Which Cobra Kai villain do you like more, John Crease or Terry Silver?
Shit.
I like Crease better.
Crease is cooler, but Silver is a little bit more interesting. So I think it's kind of a toss-up.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. You know what I forgot was coming out? Rob Zombie's Monsters. It's coming on September 27th.
Yeah, let's, maybe it's just a bad trailer. We'll see.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite member of the Furious Five in the Kung Fu Panda movies?
Trying to go through them all. Maybe Tigress again, because I really did like the relationship she formed with Poe. I thought it felt very real and genuine, and it evolved.
DJ Lol, sorry, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, which animated movies do you personally prefer? Ones with humans or ones with talking anthro animals?
I mean, if it's done well, either. I guess I'm not picky. I guess I'll say animals just because I see people all the time, so animals is a little different. I guess there's more joke possibilities, but you still need good writing either way.
Ozier, thank you for the 50 bits. Flame Reaper Man wants to know if you've seen season 2 of the Cuphead show.
No, actually, I didn't even know there was a season 2. I haven't even finished season 1, so
Same.
Like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to get around to it.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. By my calculations, a sphere of antimatter 4 feet and 7 inches in diameter would yield 200 megatons. Which target would either of you select? Someplace where humans don't live.
Yeah, you're not going to get many interesting answers out of me, man. I'm not an antimatter guy. I'm not smart enough to comprehend all that.
Mr. D-Rec, thank you for the 51 bits. Since you reviewed Diary of a Wimpy Kid, are you going to review Roderick Rules? It's way better than the first.
I mean, Christ, after all these recommendations, maybe. Maybe I'll check it out.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, what's the funniest interjection from an animated show you've heard? Like Bart yelling, "Ay caramba," or Homer yelling, "Doh." My personal favorite is Bugs Bunny yelling, "Oh, I'm dying."
I mean, maybe just the bad catchphrases that Rick makes up. I kind of like, and that's the way the news goes. Like, they're just so bad. Those are pretty funny.
M. Tappet, thank you for the 50 bits. Is there anything you're hoping for from the D23 convention this year?
It's funny. I never know when it's happening, and then just suddenly all these Disney trailers drop, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess that's so. I have no expectations from them. It's fine because it sounds cool. Like, one of these days, maybe I should travel out there because it sounds like a convention. I wouldn't mind just attending. But yeah, I don't have any expectations, sadly, because I keep forgetting it's even a thing.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. King KM asked, did they miss my question? I put in 100 bits. We did not. We actually answered it. Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. I watched the live-action sequel to Full Metal Alchemist, and I actually kind of liked it better than the first one, despite that I like envy and lust being burned near the end. The sequel is better, except for the English dubbed audio. It's 5 seconds off. Oof, that's annoying.
Yeah, that sucks.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. With how they have recently lost 20 billion thanks to axing so many shows and movies before they come out, do you think Warner Bros. Could possibly go out of business in the next few months? I never thought that was possible with how stupid and flat out cruel their decisions have been. I can't help but see the possibility.
I wouldn't think so, but stranger things have happened, so I don't know.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What is the saddest Doom Patrol scene for you?
It's gotta be something. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know anything specific, but something probably with Jane and Kay. That stuff always gets me.
It's funny, because I was gonna say something with the pilot. I feel like everyone has that character that just, when you think of sad and you think of that show, like you think of a specific character. I'm sure like a lot of people think of Cliff or Dorothy or something like that too, but something about the pilot. Those scenes really, really tug at my heartstrings really hard.
And yet you can't remember that his name is Larry.
I really can't. Isn't that funny? I remember the scene where he meets up with the guy on the porch, or where he's thinking about dancing, on the in the street. However, what's the name of the street again? Now I'm blanking. Yeah, that was a Danny.
Yeah, Danny Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the name of the street, not the main character. What's wrong with me? I remember all these scenes, and yet I always forget his name is Larry.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Is there anything you liked about the final season of Game of Thrones?
Oh, it has honestly my favorite episode. The one before the big fight, the fight with the walkers there. I love that episode. I love all that buildup. I thought that was so well done, which is why it's even more disappointing. I mean, I think that's why people were so angry with the finale, is that everything else before it was just so well done and so well handled, and you got so invested. There's definitely stuff. I don't say the whole season is bad. I sort of say everything after that episode is pretty bad.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. Even though Love and Thunder has a lot of problems, I love the score. Giancino really did a good job.
Oh yeah, he's always, especially with the emotional stuff. I think he really, again, he's very good at tugging at the heartstrings.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I don't know when you plan on playing a palate cleanser in between Disney games, but I say this with the most respect out of all the other non-Disney games you've gotten requests for. Telltale's The Walking Dead will change the way you look at storytelling in this art form. Man, tears ensue.
I haven't forgotten. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not even sure how long Birth by Sleep goes, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Have either of you guys played Evil Dead the game? Because Sam Raimi's movies are slowly but surely drawing me in, and I want to know if you enjoyed them. Then I'm sure I will too. I have not played.
I played one, like, I think on, like, the original PlayStation or something. I think it was on, like, James and Mike Plays, but Mike was out, so, I played with them. I remember that was really annoying, but that's, like, the early PlayStation, like, they couldn't get the cameras right and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming you're talking about the newer games, which, no, I have not played. They look like fun, though.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. I heard the third Ace Ventura movie got the green light, so I think that in honor of it, you should invite Jim Carrey to join you in a review for the first two movies.
Get right on it. I'll let you know what he says.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Who was your favorite character from Birds of Prey besides Black Mask and Harley?
I mean, those are pretty good characters. Trying to think of the other characters here. I guess the was it Black Canary? Is that the same?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess her.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bit. Oh, I just read that one. Sorry. Ozier, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you seen or heard of this TV show called Tugs? It's like Thomas the Tank Engine, but the main character are tugboats, and the TV show is more aimed at grade school kids. It may have only had one season, but it gained a cult following since the beginning.
No, but man, there's like an old Disney film where they had this like a short, like I can't remember what's. I think it's called like the same thing, like Tugs. Maybe it's based on the same thing because it looks just like it. It's in one of these Disney compilation movies where they have a bunch of shorts. But yeah, sorry, it's probably more info than you needed. No, I have not seen it.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Hi, Doug. What are your thoughts on the film I Love You, Man? Personally, I thought it was hilarious. The cast is great, and the more I think about it, the more the humor actually reminds me a lot of Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, and it's very simple. It's such a simple premise, but it's really funny. The characters are really great. The acting is great. The writing's great. It's one of those kind of underrated comedies that I think kind of gets overlooked.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you believe HBO Max canceled the Urkel cartoon?
Well, okay, some good news came out of this. I don't know that. Maybe it would have been good for all I know.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. With your diary review, it seems your problem with Greg is that they adapted his character too well from the book that didn't translate well. Has there been any other adaptation you think adapted something so faithfully that became a detriment to the project?
Yeah. The movie version of Noises Off, they didn't change a thing from the stage show. Like, they kept the dialogue exactly the same too, and it's like, you can't do that. It's clearly written for the stage. I still have a soft spot for that movie because I like just watching some sort of video version of that. But yeah, that you have to make some changes.
Chat is trying to let you know that you were talking about Little Toot when
Little
they mentioned
Toot,
Tugs.
that was it. Yeah, but doesn't that look like Tugs? It looks like the same thing.
Cameron, thank you for the 50 bits. Did you know that Tim Allen was originally going to play Cat in the Hat, but was busy with Santa Claus 2? Do you think that would have made it better?
No, and I think he made the right choice.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Part 2 of my previous question. My answer has to be No Country for Old Men. A great movie, but with the final face-off between Moss and Anton being built up the whole movie only to see the aftermath was quite disappointing. I know how it's supposed to happen in the book, but this isn't a book, it's a movie.
I think that's the idea, though, is that it's very unsatisfactory. I think that's kind of the idea. And like, you're not even getting those big showdowns anymore. Like, it's meaningless. Like, criminals and ethics and everything, it's meaning less and less. And I think that's the idea behind it. I actually really like that there's not a showdown. At first, it threw me off, but now I really, really like it.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. HBO Max also canceled its animated Batman series. I looked it up because chat was right. I was wrong. I will admit to it. HBO Max is just putting it in a different, like, the WB rather is housing it somewhere else. It's being shopped to other places. So it hasn't been completely killed. It's being shopped to other services.
But that is, I mean, I guess because the services will give money? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like, why not just do it on HBO Max? Yeah, that's the only thing I can figure.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you considered checking out Marcel the Shell with shoes on? It's honestly amazing, Doug.
I heard it's good. Maybe when it comes out, like, on streaming, I'll watch it there.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What do either of you like about Doctor Strangelove, the movie, not just the titular character? I've never seen it, I'm sorry.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No.
It's good. It is slower than, like, I think we're probably used to a lot of comedies. And if you already know the story, there's nothing, like, too surprising in it. But, yeah, I mean, some of the wordplay is great. I mean, but George C. Scott, I know, like, everyone says Dr. Strangelove and Peter... Not Laurie, what the hell's his name? Peter Sellers, all the different characters he plays. But I'm like, nah, George C. Scott, he always steals the show. He was one of the best, man.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. You should review Bolt and talk about the scene where Mittens claims cats want to be like dogs.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I remember liking it, though. Maybe someday.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. Have you seen the most recent episode of Harley Quinn Season 3? And if so, what are your thoughts? I haven't yet, so no spoilers.
I saw the one where Joker runs for mayor, and I really like that because Joker, honestly, was kind of one of the lesser interesting characters in that show, and this is the first time I found him really interesting. And a lot of it is Adam Tudyk, is that his name? The
Alan.
guy doing the voice?
Mm-hmm.
Alan Tudyk. He really sells it because he's doing all this stay-at-home dad stuff, and he really likes it, but he still has that voice going on the whole time, and it's so funny. And he actually becomes really, really interesting as he gets into all this stuff, but keeps that voice. So yeah, I really liked it.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. So I did something terrible. I rewatched Artemis Fowl. It was agony. The first time I watched it was with my dad on Father's Day 2020, and we hated the lazy writing at the end. Maybe you should review it. I know you did it in December, but this seriously needs to be talked about, in my opinion.
I feel like if I did, I would have to know about the book, because people that know the book, like, really say, oh my god, this just tore apart everything.
I refuse to watch it.
About this. Yeah, I mean,
I don't even want to.
So I know that has a following, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel right talking about it, because I do know the strong following it has. So maybe not.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. In an interview, the director for Brave Little Toaster said the characters' personalities coincide with what they were built to do. Kirby, being a vacuum, sucks up things and keeps them inside, including his emotions. This explains why he's so cold and not so touchy-feely. Did you know about that, Doug?
No, but that makes sense. I like that. And Lampy, always tries to brighten up people's day. No, that makes sense. I like that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite Stamps.com commercial you've ever done? I like the one during your Hannibal review.
I do so many. I don't remember them, man. My favorite, there's a YouTube channel that does like no context nostalgia critic clips. And I love watching because I legit do not remember what happens in these clips. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch because of that.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. So, Doug, can you give us a hint what the next movie review is?
Matrix Resurrections.
Sorry, Grand Omega, you probably came late, but you're like the 5th person who's asked that.
Yeah,
Mumra,
and I slowly reveal more and more, just made more obvious, and now I just said the title.
Mumra, thank you for the 50 bits. What are some of your favorite computer animated movies from the early 2000s that aren't Disney, Pixar, Blue Sky, or DreamWorks? Some of mine are films from 2009, Planet 51 with Dwayne Johnson, and Astro Boy with Nicolas Cage.
I was gonna say, are there any others? I'd have to look at a list. Yeah, none are even coming to mind.
No, you're cool, Grand Omega. I assumed you hadn't been here at the beginning of the stream. You're fine. Don't worry about it. We're just laughing about the situation. Yeah. LJH, thank you for the 50 bits. Movie you disagree with Robert Ebert and Gene Siskel the most on?
Unforgiven. And I think Ebert might have even changed his opinion on it because I thought I saw it had 4 stars later. But it's one of the few times where I'm like, you completely missed the point of this movie. Because they're like, it's not that good a Western. There's not that many shootouts. And they're just kind of sitting around and talking. It's like, that's the idea. It's supposed to deconstruct it and show this is more what it was like. And show the pain of actually killing somebody and the weight they have. Like I said, I think Ebert came around later, but yeah, that was one where I saw the review just like jaw to the ground.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, will we ever see a review of Disney's The Wild? I remember your Disney December on it. I also recall you being a little more favorable toward it than other people.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. No, I think the Disney December is enough.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to up it to 500 again. I know we did this last week, but we are still 40 minutes behind, so I'm so sorry. Queen Calificent, thank you for the 50 bits. I was surprised that you liked Cassandra's arc in the 3rd season of the Tangled series. A lot of fans hated Cassandra's turn in season 3.
Oh, I loved it. And especially the way they explained it at the beginning of that season later. I thought that really well. I see why people would not like it, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
I just read that. Sorry. LePew, thank you for the 50 bits. Which NC characters are the most worthy of Thor's hammer?
Santa Christ, probably.
Okay. Good. Great. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Are there any movie trailers you've watched because you love the music? The song in the Equals trailer is great.
I always like the music, and the 3rd Pirates movie had great music, and then the X-Men Origins Wolverine trailer had really great music.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. I don't know why this Louise quote from Bob's Burgers makes me laugh, but it just does. We are horrible, and we felt horrible about being so horrible, and then we almost did something horrible because we felt horrible about being horrible. It's kind of like Freddy got fingered when they keep repeating the word proud.
Yeah, it's a very Louise scene.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you gotten into Disney's The Kid or Remember the Titans yet for Disney December? It's okay if you haven't seen them yet, but due to time, but if you have thoughts.
No, I still haven't yet. Like I said, it's going to be a bit. I'm not even sure if I'll get it in this year. It might be next year.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What movie moment that was trying to be scary was unintentionally hilarious? For me, it was one of the Hannibal movies where it dramatically zooms in on the word sweetbread.
Maybe in the King Kong remake, the Jackson one, where he's typing skull. It's doing that weird camera work. I thought that was pretty funny, and I don't think that was supposed to be funny.
Reptile 622, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, one of my favorite comedies is the movie Evolution. I know it's kind of alien version of Ghostbusters, but I feel like David Duchovny and Orlando Jones worked well off each other. I was wondering what your thoughts on the movie are.
I never saw it because I heard exactly that. It was just a light version of Ghostbusters. Maybe I should try and check it out.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. Could you maybe review Red and Red 2? They are so good and so funny. It has Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, and John Malkovich. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
I've never seen them. Maybe I should give them a shot.
Austin freaking Brown, thank you for the 200 bits. Mr. Walker and friends, shut up and take my biddies, yo. Thank you.
Okay.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. To Doug and Heather, what movie did you hate the first time you watched it, but on second or third watch you began to love?
Matilda, I brought that up before. That one did win me over.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man for me. Austin freaking Brown, thank you for the 3-month subscription. Get subbed on too. 3 months all up in here. Thank you. Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What do you two think of the Jack Ryan films and the Jack Ryan TV series? Never seen them.
The films I like. I've never seen any of the TV series.
Keith Creature, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you talked about the Smiling Friends Go to Brazil special yet? If not, what do you think?
No, not yet. That's another one I always see it. God, I should watch it before they take that off of HBO Max. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
LePew, thank you for the 100 bits. Harking back to a Guardians game stream, now that we know that Mr. Walker will do NC until the age of 130-ish, planning reviews must be somewhat easier, right?
Yeah, just do every movie that exists.
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you have any plans to ever do a review of Monster House for Nostalgiaween?
Maybe. I wouldn't mind looking that movie over again. I think I have it on the list at some point.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What's the most mind-blowing Mandala effect moment you've ever experienced?
Man, oh man. I know I've had them, but I can't remember.
Gosh, there was one recently that we were just talking about that I can't remember. Oh man.
That's so ironic. It's about remembering things wrong and we can't remember it. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I'm
Bernstein
so sorry.
and Bernstein was big for me. I was like, what? I literally teach element. What?
I always said Berenstain.
Okay.
I always, even as a kid, I always said Berenstain. That I got right.
Gotcha. Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. I would like to see a review for Bumblebees since Transformers Rise of the Beast is coming next year and Bumblebee is so freaking awesome.
I always thought it was I love the opening where they really recreate the cartoon. That was cool. Everything else I thought was very to me.
Queen Calypsant, thank you for the 50 bits. I just want to thank you and Rob for defending Cinderella from people who call her problematic. It's not problematic to ask a domestic abuse victim, why doesn't she just leave?
Well, and again, I feel like they do explain that. Well, and again, too, people forget, like, in those movies, like, Snow White's supposed to be 14. Like, she doesn't look it or act or anything, but it's like the age of some of these women, it's like they're like supposed to be girls in these movies. So I think that's a part of it too. It's weird, but even outside of that, I think there's a whole bunch of other issues to it. Not to say everything about it is perfect, but yeah, no, I'm okay with a little pushback on that.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 250 bits. Doug, will you review Disney's Hercules for its 25th anniversary and or Anastasia, also celebrating its 25th anniversary this year?
I mean, I feel like if I did Hercules, I'd have to get Oni in somehow.
Right.
But Anastasia might be interesting too, because I feel like I can bring up some interesting stuff about it. We'll see.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. 2-sentence horror story. Thanks to modern science and archaeology, we will artificially reconstructed the eruption of Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii's dying days. What we didn't expect was the reconstruction proved conclusively volcano ash alone could not have preserved an entire population in stone.
Well, how about that?
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. Seeing the Expendables movies, I really like them. They're so awesome.
I love the first one. Second one's okay, and I heard the third one's bad. I haven't seen it.
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 50 bits. Can you please yell Con just because?
Con!
Party Crasher, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, I watched your Dark Toons again on when SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs buried a body, and I'm surprised you didn't mention the part when they were watching him choking on the burger and they laugh at him. Mr. Krabs literally says, look at him suffer.
Guess I missed it. Sorry.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. In regards to Disney December, is ABC's Gallivant still on the list? It could always the boost of love. You would have to go and buy the complete series, however, since it's still not on Disney Plus for some odd reason.
Yeah, that's weird. That'd be a good show to have on Disney Plus too. Maybe I didn't even think about it. We did watch it. So yeah, I might do that.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. 2-sentence horror story. You'd think the sun going would have been the scariest thing. However, what took its place was far more horrifying.
Already afraid.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, the Halloween season is approaching and I'd like to recommend Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem for the GameCube before it's too late. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Interesting. I'm gonna look into it.
I heard it's good. Yeah.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever seen Better Off Ted? It's a highly underrated workplace sitcom about working for an evil company.
I don't think Yeah, not ringing the bell. I will try to check that out. Yeah, I've never seen this. I'll try to check it out.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. What fascinates you too about sci-fi? I always like what sci-fi has to say about humanity in general, because no matter where you are in the world, in time and space, there's something that connects you to it in a human way.
I mean, yeah, I got better than my answer. I mean, I was just gonna say the ideas of it and the possibilities of it. Yeah, I guess the fiction part of the science fiction, if that makes sense.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, another one for Disney Sember. Have you watched Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella with Brandy, Whitney Houston, Bernadette Peters, etc.? I highly recommend. It's one of my favorite Cinderella movies, along with the Disney animated one, Ever After, etc.
I think I put it down on the list because I haven't seen it, and it is on Disney Plus. But I don't know if it'll be this year or next year.
Lime Peel, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you have any favorite SNL quotes or sketches? An underrated quote, and I want to share was a surgeon saying, "We're losing this bitch. I'm calling it. Time of bitch, bitch 30, June bitch 10th, 2000 and bitch." It's the B word if this gets censored. It did not get censored.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sure I do, but I'm blanking on them. Yeah, that's so weird. I'm like suddenly blanking on like lines. That's so weird. I'll get back to you on that. I don't know why I'm blanking on that.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. So I was laughing when you got mad about Digimon on the Fox Kids video. Did you really hit Malcolm in the face with a gun after he sang DuckTales? That was so funny.
Whatever makes it funnier. If you think I did, then yes, I did.
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 50 bits. What's your opinion on Space Jumanji? Oh, Jumanji, sorry. I'm sorry, I meant Zathura.
I never did see it. I hear it's good. So maybe one day I should check it out.
Godzilla fan, thank you for the 50 bits. Would you ever review The Running Man? If not, what are your thoughts on The Running Man?
That is a Stephen King story, isn't it? Maybe I'll do that. I kind of forgot that's an option. I mean, I think it's fun. I enjoy it, but yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Ozier, thank you for the 50 bits. Senator Armstrong recommends Duncan Gets Spooked for Thomas the Tank Engine episode for review for Dark Toons.
I'll see. I always see it more as like puppetry, but maybe it counts. Like I said, it might give me an excuse to watch the show.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you ever review the Wild Thornberrys movie, or the movie where the Rugrats meet the Wild Thornberrys, or the Rugrats in Paris movie?
Oh, we'll see. I think the Rugrats movie just did okay, and I don't know much about Wild Thornberrys, though I hear it's really good. I hear a lot of people like them.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. How long will I have to wait until you rip apart Jurassic World Dominion?
I'm literally writing it tomorrow, so not that long.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I remember you mentioned in an earlier stream that you couldn't stand Albert Finney as Hercule Poirot. I'm curious to know why. I've only seen that movie once, and I remember enjoying it, but they may have been something I missed. Agatha Christie actually said it was one of the only adaptations of her books that she liked.
And I get it. He's supposed to be annoying. It's the same thing as when he played Scrooge. It's just a little too annoying and a little too over the top, which is fine because I love that actor. But when he goes for something, sometimes he goes for it just with a little too annoying a voice. I know it's ironic me saying that.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the 50 bits. 2-sentence horror story. There was no clear cause of death at the scene of the crime. However, a strange trail of slime was left there.
Ooh, where's your next Ghostbusters movie?
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 50 bits. I know you occasionally mention it in passing, but do you actually have any plans to eventually cover Hoodwinked? Animation aged like milk, but I think the story still holds decently.
I remember it being kind of funny. Maybe I will. I don't have it on the list, but maybe I should put it on there because I think people would like to see that.
Keith Creature, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever watched Death Battle in recent years? If so, are you excited for the upcoming episode James Bond?
I haven't seen that many, sadly. I've seen more of those with the Bat in the Sun, those battles. I think I've seen more of those, and I love those. But yeah, I sadly haven't seen that many.
Retro Station, thank you for the 28-month subscription. Welcome back. Wow, Eek the Cat. I did a deep dive on the game for SNES on my show. Hi, y'all.
Oh, nice. I think I did play a little bit of that game because I did like Eek enough to rent it at least.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. I found an episode of the Transformers cartoon that can be used for Dark Toons. It's called Nightmare Planet. It's weird, but kind of dark.
All right, I'll check that out.
Shelbs, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, who is your favorite Muppet, and what's your favorite Muppet movie?
Oh, man. Muppet Caper is my favorite one. Favorite Muppet, though? It's got to be the two old guys, Wardorf and... I can't remember the other guy's name. The ones that go, oh, I love those two.
Keith Creature, I did read it all the way. The versus John Wick was not in the bit message. Retro Station, thank you for the 100 bits. One more time, I'm suggesting the movie Chomps. It has Benji as a droid dog fighting crooks in the 80s. Also, I did Eek the Cat deep dive review for the SNES game for my show. I love Savage Steve Holland.
Yeah, he's really cool. And I remember you recommending that before. I'll try my best. Like I said, just got a lot to see, man.
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, do you have any plans to do any more vlogs on each episode of a show you're watching, like you did for Avatar?
Nah, it's just too much time. I'm getting older. I don't have the energy I used to. So, yeah, just time restrictions.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Looney Tunes back in action?
I think it's a very valiant attempt to recapture the magic that made it really good. I don't think it quite works, but it's not awful either.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm sure you heard the popular argument how Lion King ripped off Kimba, but there's a video by ymsyourmoviesucks.org that debunks the entire argument. If you're interested, check it out.
So it's not exact, that is true, but I think there are, I don't know, how could you, if you knew Kimba going into Lion King, how could you not see comparisons?
Right.
I know it's not a beat for beat, but it's about as much as like Frozen is to the Ice Queen as Kimba is to Lion King. Yes, a lot of different stuff, but of course you'd be like, wait a minute, that's this story still,
yeah.
Essentially. That's my take personally.
Ozier, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, here's a Danger Mouse episode for your Dark Toons review. I'd recommend The Good, the Bad, and the Motionless, Season 6, Episode 16.
All right.
17, sorry. My apologies.
Okay.
Retro Station, thank you for the 100 bits. My favorite outburst is from the Thanksgiving episode of King of the Hill. Oh my god, it's so juicy! When Hank is trying to train Bobby to carve his first turkey.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Because I like King of the Hill. I'll try to check that out.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. Along with Hell of a Boss, would you also be able to watch Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal? With the Discovery merger, there's no good chance it won't be renewed for a third season.
I mean, that's a good point. I should. I've seen a little bit of it. I do like it. It just doesn't grab me, even though it is very, very good. But I should sit down and watch the whole thing. I should.
Alexander, thank you for the 50 bits. I completely agree with what you said about Hugo from Bob's Burgers, Doug. In my opinion, he was at his most irritating in the episode Nude Beach, although I will say he does become a bit more tolerable in later seasons. Still not very funny, but not as obnoxious.
Yeah, and I get it. That's the idea of the character, but it's just, he does his job a little too well.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever done the Impossible Quiz or the Impossible Quiz 2? I have. My middle schoolers used to be obsessed, so I know how to do a lot of it. I know, guys. Thank you for the 50 bits. I know you don't like the humans in Chippendale movies, but the main human's backstory is goddamn hilarious. Would have loved to see the actual Nick Jr. raid.
Dude, what was that? Chippendale humans?
I'm sorry. I probably read that really poorly. Let me try again. I know you don't like the humans in Chippendale movie, but the main character's backstory is goddamn hilarious. Would have loved to see the actual Nick Jr. raid.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, no, you read that right. I just couldn't comprehend everything there. Yeah, no, I agree. If they actually showed that, I think that would have been funnier.
Pat and Soa, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey all, been a while for me. Nice to see you both. Just saw Top Gun Maverick and holy crap, I loved it. I can't think of a sequel that took over 20 plus years to make and that I love more than that. Can you?
It's pretty damn impressive. Yeah, and I hope you saw it on the biggest screen too. That's the best way to see it.
Party Crasher, thank you for the 100 bits. Random, have you ever seen the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy? That movie never fails to make me cry at the end, especially if you have a brother. It will be even worse. So, Doug, you will probably cry your heart out.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't even heard of it. I'll try to check it out.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. So what did you think of the Kenobi show? I thought it was awesome, and the fight scenes were amazing. Puts the Disney trilogy to shame. Hooray!
It didn't... I enjoyed it, but not because I thought it was good. But we'll see how the other shows are.
The Art Alchemist, thank you for the 50 bits. I heard Jack Nicholson was considered for the Grinch before Jim Carrey was. Would that have made the movie better or no?
No, I can't. He was way too old by that point. I don't think he would have worked well under all that makeup.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 50 bits. What are your thoughts on Andy Dolly as Two-Face in the Harley Quinn show? Personally, I think he's hilarious and an underrated gem of a character in the show.
He didn't grab me until that the last episode with the Joker and stuff. I thought it was pretty funny there.
DCL Coda, thank you for the 50 bits. My favorite Stamps.com ad was the one right after quarantine really started. That cracked me up so hard.
Oh, that's right. With in these difficult times, like I guess that's immediately dated now, but yeah, I do remember that was like in every ad.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 50 bits. Going to review Mortal Kombat 2021. It was awesome, except for the main character, in my opinion.
I got it. It's on the list. I don't know when I'm gonna do it though.
Crushed Level, thank you for that 22-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Thank you. Goodbye. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 500 bits. What movie villain concept did you find hilarious for how stupid it was? For me, it's the Green Goblin truck from Maximum Overdrive. The fact that it leads machines to cause the apocalypse just for some gas was so dumb, yet so funny.
I think in the movie North, the plan of like the little kid and John Lovitz was just so stupid, but everything in that movie was so stupid.
Rasmussen, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate it. I had a video on VHS called Weird Cartoons, and it had a bunch of crazy cartoon shorts like Bambi Meets Godzilla and Cobweb Hotel. If you can find it, I think it would make for some good Dark Toons content.
Okay, I do remember Bambi versus Godzilla. I mean, it does give away advertises. Yeah, and I don't think I saw the others on there. So yeah, I'll try to see if I can find it.
Party Crasher, thank you for the 500 bits. I watched any less... Let me try this again. I watched any less Hulk again after like 13 years, not nearly as bad or as boring as I remember, and I actually think it has some cool ideas, and also I like Josh Lucas as Talbot. He's so over the top and so fun. I wish he was in the movie more.
Ang Lee. Okay, yeah, now I got it. I appreciate what it was kind of trying to do. And it was trying to do something different. It was ambitious. I just don't think it worked.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 666 bits. Last bits of the nights, after the change of thoughts on Matilda, you think you'll ever do a review of the film? The skit can center around the backlash you received when you announced it over a decade ago with your cast members trying to mob you, led by Mara Wilson.
I don't think people even remember that. I don't know. I talked about it a bit in the Danny DeVito career dive. I think that's enough. I don't know if I could bring enough to it that would be like that unique that other people haven't already talked about. So probably not.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. After watching the last Miss Marvel episode, I can finally say, okay, this is, I guess, spoilers for the very end of Miss Marvel. Sorry. I'll give you a thumbs up when we're done. Let there be mutants!
Yeah, I'm down for it. When I had to ask Heather, because she knew more about the character, I'm like, so is she? And she was telling me the whole thing about what were they called again? Was it?
She's an Inhuman.
Inhuman,
Yeah.
that's right. About all that. So, yeah, I'm down for it, man. I want to get the X-Men in there. I want to get that all going.
All right, cool. Reeves family, thank you for that 36-month subscription. Hey guys, I was wondering if you ever seen Jared Leto's last film. Can't remember the name right now, but I do know that it wasn't The Dark Knight. He died while they were making it, and in order to finish filming it, they had other actors play his character.
They mean
Heath Ledger. Yes,
yeah.
They mean Heath Ledger.
Yeah, it was the Imaginarium of
Dr. Parnassus?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's not good, but I have a soft spot for it. I like the ideas and the imagery in it. I'm glad I saw it, if that makes sense.
Chimmy Chumpy, thank you for the 500 bits. What's your favorite character evolution you've seen in a sequel? You know, where a character you hated in the first movie or season became a lot better.
Oh, man. A character got better. I don't know if it's not the character, but the idea got better in the Purge movies. I thought they actually listened to the criticisms and accounted for that in the sequels. I thought that was very clever of them and the way they kind of worked with it.
Okay, whew, that was the last bit message.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my
man,
gosh.
even after the 500, like, people were still going, I mean, thank you so much. But
thank you.
Wow, whoo, holy smokes.
We might, I mean, honestly, it's 8 o'clock. I don't know if we really have time for any highlighted messages today, y'all. I'm sorry.
I do love R.I.P. Jared Leto there. That was pretty funny. Sorry, I wasn't bring attention to that.
No, that's cool. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate y'all being here. As usual, remember, we do have content here 6 days a week. Tomorrow, Tamara's going to be here. Then That's Thursday. Friday, Doug will be here. Malcolm will be here in the afternoon. We've got Awesome Comics on Saturday. I'm on Monday. You know, the schedule's there. You've got it, you know. And I normally don't plug myself, but I'm sorry. Tomorrow, I also have my own birthday charity stream going on from 6 p.m. to midnight. If you want to pop on by, we're celebrating my birthday and raising money for trans rights. So come hang out with us. Anyway.
Everybody say happy birthday, Heather!
I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. And we will see y'all all later. Oh, and we're raiding Tamara. We're going to raid Tamara. I almost forgot. Tamara.
It's her birthday, too, so wish her happy birthday.
It's not.
But I want to see her suddenly be, why is everyone wishing me a happy birthday? What?
Right? Yeah. All right. There we go, I think. All right. Awesome. There it is. Okay, everybody. For realsies this time, thank you all so much. Appreciate y'all being here. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Goodbye. 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 Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you.